This is FightFans Radio.
Happy New Year!
Hello.
Hello. So, this is officially our first episode for 2013, the brand new year. Thank you everyone for, giving us such a great 2012. Hopefully we're going to come back and make it look crappy compared to what we're going to accomplish this year.
Yes.
So, I'm here as always, Real DWC, a.k.a. Dave Carroll.
And this is Juro P.
And so, Jer, my man. First of all, also, let's thank FightFans Radio for being in this partnership with us. They're behind the scenes and just making it pop off for us, you know? So let's just go into that. How did this all begin? We'll review a little bit of last year and how this glorious thing happened, and then we'll focus on what's coming up for 2013, man.
So how did it begin? How did it all begin?
Of course, I started the BJJ Addict, which covers events. We do nice live interviews. We have nice videos, like little clips. Really cool stuff with, of course, my partner Joshua O'Connor, who's a great photographer. We got also photography. We cover sports events for BJJ. And, we had this popping off for a bit at the start. And I start the Twitter, and I'm on there. And I'm really, I'm instantly addicted. Of course, if anyone knows me, I'm addicted to Twitter.
You're very savvy.
Yeah, and I like it. It's like a game to me. And, I got to, who can we get?
So your Twitter is equivalent to my Facebook. I'm on Facebook.
Yes, it's true. And that's what's good about us together on the radio show, is because we got both sides and we're really active in it. And the thing is that, I talk to people and we keep in touch. And I've built a lot of cool friendships with people that I've never even seen their face in real life or shook their hands. So it's kind of a unique tool to use. So anyways, I'm getting off track a bit. We're on that, right? And I'm growing crazy, and I'm talking to everyone, and we're trying to set up all these things. We had bigger plans than we ever even got to yet. So we still got a lot to go. And Erica Lewis, who is behind the scenes of FightFans Radio, the boss of all bosses, you could call her. She's like a modern-day Slim Thug. And she hits me up. I see this thing, FightFans Radio, saying, hey, we got a bunch of great MMA shows on the go. We do, the radio on the internet, and we need an avenue for BJJ, and you look like you're the man to do this type of thing, Yeah. And I'm thinking, I tweet her back on, it's a DM, if anyone knows Twitter, the direct message, you don't have to talk in front of everyone. And, is this a goddamn joke?
Is it one of those?
I thought it was one of those, hey, I saw you doing this on Facebook. It's so embarrassing.
One of those, I heard a rumor about you.
Exactly. That damn person, that 30th rumor.
I'm trying to find that person. I haven't figured it out yet. Have you?
No. No clue, but I never click it, obviously. So, she says, no, it's not a joke. We exchange emails. We start talking, and then, bam. And, after we start talking, I say, give me a little bit to think about this. Because, I've never done this. I'm just started to get into the other side. I was still kind of green on public speaking even. As much as it looks like it's natural for me on the camera sometimes, I still get a little nervous. And it was still very new to me. So
on top of that, you're talking to people that you've admired.
Yeah, you think about... And that's another thing we'll get to around in a second. Was who would we interview? Who do I know personally? Not that many people. So am I going to just sit here alone and talk about BJJ for an hour every day or longer? And will anyone listen, right? So the first episode, of course, was with Kamor John. We went through with it. I went through with it. And Kamor John was the first episode with Master Lloyd Irvin, which, it's bittersweet because as a first episode, it gets no bigger than Master Lloyd Irvin right now. I'm thinking, man, what if we had this when we had a fan base? Like, we have a fan base now. And then 2 years from now, who knows? Maybe we'll be even bigger. It'd be like, shit, imagine we had him on now. It's always one of those, imagine we had him on now.
Yeah.
The amount of hype and attention it would have created. But either way, it's sweet. People could go back and see what that happened. So after that, you know, John couldn't do it anymore. We live too far away. It's too complicated, whatever. And I said, you know, who the heck is going to come on this show with me? And that's where you came in the picture. And I said, you know, Jared's funny dude, and I get along with him. And, you know, it's kind of cool because we were friends, but I find this show, it really helped our friendship grow even more.
It solidified.
Yeah, don't you find that?
Yeah, no, because, you know, I don't know, it just brings you together, I think. You know. And it's funny because, like, I was telling you about it, it's like, I didn't think I was going to do this show for as long as I am now.
Yeah.
No, because originally I thought I was going to do like 1 or 2.
Or just jump in whenever you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was, you know, thinking. And I was like, oh man, this is, I don't know if you guys have, you know, seen the second episode. I think it was with
Kurt Cummings.
Kurt Cummings.
My boy out in New Hampshire.
If you listen to that episode, man, I could not speak. Because, like, you know, it's, you're new to it. You're like, man, I don't know how to talk. My English is not that as good, you know. And you know.
No, but it's weird though, because I, you know, after the first episode, it was good, but like I was like, man, where's my boy Jared? This is not him.
Yeah,
I know you could talk good English. I know you could talk though, and you're very witty and quick. Like, it's hard to keep up with me sometimes. So you're right there always, like, right on the ball, and I like that. So, you know, you could see episode 3 and 4 and
start losing.
And Kurt Cummings might have been an odder episode for you because I kind of knew him.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And then also on another realm, it's like the rest of the world doesn't know him as good as X or C person coming on next. I found a real breakout show for you was Dave Camarillo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you knew him, and you've seen him, and you know you respected him, and it was crazy. So I think that was good. I think that was like episode 4. I think.
Yeah.
So when that hit, I see you hit your stride, and like I feel like since then it's been like a very uphill, very on the grind.
Of course, I'm experiencing a little bit of radio rust, as what we put it as, you know. So I'm warming up. My voice is very shaky. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yeah, no, it feels like I'm doing the show again
for the first
time.
I like it.
You know, so it's like now I gotta learn how to adjust and also do things differently than, you know, our first episode or
great.
our second.
Well put. Well put. It's so like a first all over again.
Yeah, it's season 2, right?
That's right. You could say that. That's pretty major.
Season 2.
So going back for a second, thanks to everyone. This is our first episode. I know we've had a little bit of a drought, take some time off for the holidays, but we didn't leave you hanging. We did put out 2 holiday specials. One with Christian Gargard. I can't even say his name. BJJ Globetrotter. Great book. Go out and buy it right now. Also, we had on Emily Kwok, which was a great episode again. So during the holidays, we did release 2. It was not live, but man, they were great episodes. So thanks to everyone for liking them. And of course, our final episode of the year that was live, Dan Koval, which was, I'm not going to lie, like as far as just talking to someone, it's up there as one of my faves that we've ever done. He gave some kick-ass advice. So shout out to Dan. Also, when you thought about doing this, you know, like you said, we had Kurt Cummings, great guy, Sergio Machado, who I think is now more famous than he was when we actually had him on the show.
You know, like anybody,
he's done a lot since then.
I think everybody on our show has, man, gained so much success. And, like, it's so hard to keep up with everybody because, like, we've interviewed...
And we're not saying that's due to us. It's just, it's weird how they kind of came on and then did so much. It's weird.
And you were, I feel like we're closer to everyone we interview, right?
Yeah.
And you see them grow. Like, you know, I have them on my Facebook. You have them on your Twitter.
Yeah. And
you see these guys personally, and, like, it's like, wow.
It's cool, like you said, let people know for a second. Did you think, okay, I'm going to do a radio show about BJJ, but are you thinking, okay, who, like, could you ever imagine talking to a person like Roy Dean, who is out there so much with content and followers, and not even, he has such a big fan base. It's ridiculous, the fans he's got. So when you're sitting there and we're talking to him through this radio show, and this is someone I've watched his DVDs, his YouTube, you know, eventually, of course, I got to read his Brutal Apprenticeship, a great book. If you guys don't have it, I'm plugging stuff all day. It doesn't matter. You got to get it.
We are, in fact, attached to the ebook.
Yeah, we're attached to the last page. We have a reference. You could re-listen to our interview we had with him. So that was very kind of him to put us in that. So it was much appreciated. So when you doing this, what did you think? Like, did you ever think we'll have future world champions on it, or did you know we'll have some world champions?
Honestly,
or did you think we'll just be interviewing, you know, some dude off the streets?
I didn't expect. You know, well, I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd be talking to some of my like heroes and idols, and you know, but I remember, I think the first episode, like when you guys had Lloyd Irvin. I was like, what? You guys had Lloyd Irvin?
Yeah.
I was like, I knew right away that, wow, this is going somewhere. And, you know, I was lucky enough to catch a second and the third and kept going. But, you know, this show has, I think, brought me closer to the sport. Not just for myself, but for everybody, I think. Because, you know, we share a lot of the stuff, you know, throughout everybody, you know. Like, like, a lot of people message me on Facebook and saying, oh, we love your show, blah, blah, blah. It's great content. And, you know, it just... And on top of that, like, Marcos Saragosa, like, man, you know, he was one of the guys that I always looked up to, you know. And I had his app.
Yeah.
And I remember as a white belt, like, not even, like, a month in, I was watching this guy's DVD. His app on the iPhone.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't remember what episode it was, but when we interviewed Marcos Saragosa, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's, you know, what, like, really clicked,
like, these are people, like, man, that's sick.
We were talking earlier about this type of things, and you were saying how it's made you less selfish. Can you just recap on it? Or?
Yeah, because, you know, when you're not doing this show, or when I'm not doing the show, well, before I did the show, it was more about me trying to find content that would help me.
Yeah.
Right? Not anybody else. Not, you know, it was all about me. But as soon as we started doing the show, then it kind of, what do you call it? It kind of made me want to research what other people in my shoes, right? Because this sport is a big sport, and I'm a very small individual, like, you know, small percentage.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was thinking, like, what are some things that can improve the sport to help spread the sport?
Yeah.
And what I started thinking is that we live in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Ottawa is not a very big city, right? And jiu-jitsu is not very prominent.
Yeah.
Or recognized. And I was like, well, maybe I could enlighten a few people in the city or whatever, and try to spread the sport. Mm-hmm. Trying to research, like, hey, you know, like, I'm you know, like, what could improve someone's game, their mentality.
Yeah.
And
you're saying when you ask a question, you're not thinking, hey, how is this going to benefit me?
Yeah. How
could everybody learn from what I'm about to ask?
Exactly. And I think that's where the selflessness, you know, comes into play. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm not asking really for me anymore.
Yeah.
Although I learn a lot, like, you know, I jot down, like, oh, Roy Dean said this.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or Sergio said this.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a way, I'm asking for me for the people.
Yeah.
Like,
do you find, like, you realize that you kind of have a responsibility not to just come out here and, like, half-ass some of these questions?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but I go out of my way. I try to think. Of course, we have to cover certain things that I want people to learn that they might not know. Yes, this guy might have had it retell his story about winning the world for the 100th time.
Yeah.
But this might be the first time for someone else hearing it.
Oh, and also on top of this, too, is, like, we don't just interview the world champions. Mm-hmm. You know, we're exposing people that need to be exposed, or that need, or deserve recognition, that have worked so hard.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just clicked when you said that. It's true. How did you find overall? We'll just do a live impromptu. We didn't plan this out. Like honest evaluation last year altogether for the radio show, BJJ Addict Radio, and the format that we had. Let's break it down as far as, did you enjoy the multiple guests where we had 8 in one day? Did you like the double headers, or do you prefer the single style of
It depends. Like if you want like to extract a lot of character,
Yeah.
you need to take time. So 1 is good.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you can pull it off. 8 on a 2-hour span, like it's good, but we get a little bit of everybody and kind of like a topic and talk about it. But I don't think we extract too much about themselves, right? I think maybe like 5 or 6 would definitely do for a 2-hour.
Yeah.
But
do you find that, like, okay, yes, they're BJJ brown belts, but we gave Johnny Grippo a full episode as a brown belt, and his numbers did very well. We gave Keenan Cornelius a full episode as a purple belt, and he did very good numbers. So maybe it's just they get to know even more is better. I'm personally, there's been moments where we had doubleheaders where I've almost cried inside how upset I was that we're letting this one person go to talk to the other after they started off and they were on fire to me. And it's just like they had a radio voice, they had great conversation with us. And I said, oh, shit, we got to let you go and bring on this person. And then maybe they didn't live up to the same energy that we had.
Yeah.
So I find, we have a full year this year. I'm hoping let's try to get one-on-ones.
A lot of one-on-ones. A lot of...
A little bit you and me time more.
Yeah.
A little more shameless plugs. BJJAddictTV.com.
I was thinking like for, let's say if we were to do a double episode.
Yeah.
Let's say we got like a really well-known black belt.
Yeah.
And pair them up with, say, a brown belt, a rising brown belt.
Yeah.
Who hasn't, so at least if they're getting views, high views or whatever, then the attached brown belt is going to get some recognition. Right?
Yeah, and people hear him for maybe they wouldn't.
Exactly.
Very smart idea. I enjoy that one. But yeah, overall, I mean, our an honest rating for us, I'd say, like, I don't know a number. I don't want to say a number. But I feel like it was good, pretty good, and I feel like we could improve, and I think we will tighten up this year.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm feeling it. Let's cover some big stories of that went over the 2012 year that you think. What do you think when what comes to mind last year? No, it doesn't have to be in chronological order. It doesn't have to be January to December. But what's something that happened last year in the sport of BJJ that really was a big story to you? Maybe not necessarily everyone else. Maybe.
Oh, man, the rise of the Mendez brothers, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. When Cobrina,
It's the changing of the guard.
changing it. Like Barambolos and stuff like that.
Big story?
Yeah, I think Barambolos is like 2012.
Yeah.
Very 2012. Hashtag 2012.
Yeah. With the hashtag it, attach it to that. So you think that was a big thing that happened in the sport?
Barambolos, yeah.
Bulls. Yeah, I saw them everywhere. I'm still not sick of them.
Oh, no. I did some with a private session there.
Yeah.
And I pulled one off. I don't know if I told you that.
No.
I pulled off my first Barambolos.
And how does it feel? That's it. It's just that enjoyable.
Yeah, it was good.
Let me tell you what I thought some big things were in 2012. I know the name comes up a lot, but it's hard not to. Team Lloyd Irvin. And I think it's because it's an American team and they have a lot of American fighters. So to me, they were like the breakout team of 2012. With that being said, attached was DJ Jackson winning the golds at No Gi at the end of the year. And he just got his black belt this year. You got to remember that.
And the fighters he fought, man.
Yes. and he beat Cyborg, Roberto Cyborg Brewer, in the Abu Dhabi Pro Trials that were in New York this year. So to me, that happening, JT Torres had a huge showing this year, even though he did not win the gold at the Worlds No Gi. And then Keenan getting his brown belt, coming out and just messing everybody up. The BJJ Kumite, which is also attached to Lloyd Irvin, happened. We've been watching the episode so far. We'll catch up on all the matches that I've seen, but so far, Keenan's crushing in that too. Yeah. And during the Abu Dhabi trials, he barely lost to Cyborg as a brown belt, and he beat a man named Roberto Alencar, who was a world champion at black belt. So, that's all attached to that Lloyd Irvin blowing up this year. Crazy, doing a lot for the sport, And I know he comes up a lot in the show, but, he's hard not to talk to when I talk about BJJ. In my world, these are things I see and I pay attention to. And it's Team Lloyd Irvin, as far as like that whole thing, the individuals and whatnot, So big things coming from them that I thought 2012 was a big part of my year as far as the BJJ world. I thought they were always winning and keeping on top of that. Another huge thing for me was Metamoris event.
Oh yeah,
which of course was ran by the Gracie brothers there, Henner and Roy and whatever. They were putting that all together, and Ryan, I think, was involved in it. But what did you think overall of that event? Did that live up to all the hype and the greatest countdown shows I've ever seen for a BJJ tournament ever?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the whole 20-minute thing, too long, one, and people playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're promoting it as a,
Well, hold on, pause. Shout out to the people that did finish their matches.
Exactly.
Kyle Pereira finished it. That was shocking for me. And Rafael Lobato Jr.,
who we had on the show.
Crazy Kimura. Yeah, I remember that. That was insane. It's still shocking. It was like, like one of those awesome scream at the TV moments. So yeah. I love those. Yeah, so overall, like, commentary was a little, like, slow for me. Like, there's a lot of pauses, but I think the matches, if we're going right off content of matches.
Some were good.
Yeah.
Some were.
Which ones let you down, then? Which one let you down?
Well, man, one is the Goval. Oh, I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks this.
You know what? I liked that match a lot.
I liked it, but I didn't like it. They're promoting the event as like a,
Subs only?
Subs only. And you go in 20 minutes just friggin' playing cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Fight.
I think he had a point to prove, and he proved it.
Yeah, he proved it, but you're not here to play around,
Yeah. I'm actually really pumped to see if he'll be in the next one.
See, here's the thing.
Or if there will be a next one.
I just thought about it. I'm not a jiu-jitsu whiz.
Yeah.
I'm not black belt, but I feel like if you're defending all the time, you're not. Like, if you go for attacks, you're more susceptible to being attacked.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're playing defense all the time and not playing any offense,
yeah,
you're not going to get subbed that way. Like, I could play the cat, or I could play the mouse with Kimura John and not get subbed if I wanted to, but I want to sub the guy.
So you get subbed sometimes.
Exactly.
I understand your theory, and a lot of people will see your point clear as day. Like, yeah, I know. I just enjoyed it, the fact that here is a man who is arguably number one
in the world,
and that's regardless of weight class, and he didn't sub this guy that doesn't compete. That's what I see it as, and I was like, holy shit, like, that is super cool to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird because he really makes you evaluate a lot of stuff, I think, and I enjoyed it for another fact that I think he's a phenomenal instructor to watch. Like, I see him on YouTube, and I think, man, this guy's super cool. Like,
the judo game.
His judo looked sharp, eh?
Oh yeah.
He didn't look like he was playing around. He looked like he practiced that a lot. So those are some big things for me in 2012, and also obviously all the major IBJJF tournaments were great. We watched a lot of those. And what did you think of the World Expo?
Which one was that?
That had the first Glover-Caltera match.
Oh, yeah.
Where, of course, Glover won that one on points.
That was ridiculous.
That match was good. They actually went harder in that match.
Yeah.
Than
what did you think about the second Jeff Glover, Kyle Terra fight. Oh, by the way,
Back to Metamoris.
By the way, what do you call it? Marcos definitely called it. I remember when we did the. It was like Kyle Terra's gonna win.
Yeah, he did, and I was like, nah, I don't think so. But what did I think of that match? I personally thought it was great because we saw Kyle Terra have more fun. Yeah. Not necessarily Glover. We saw Kyle Terra open up and show a side of him that people didn't see, which is, hey, I could have fun too and be successful. Because at the end of the day, this is a one thing that I think Jeff Glover really understands and Bill Cooper understands and maybe Kyle Terra understands. And you know what? As much as those two had a problem or whatever, I guarantee you they appreciate each other because we've never seen such great things out of them until they are fighting each other. So with that being said, I think Kyle Terra understands, hey, we got people here paying $300 for front row seats. We got people paying money live. We got people ordering a goddamn $20 pay-per-view for BJJ.
Let's make it entertaining.
It's an entertainment sport now. This is not out here to... It is, but no one wants to sit there, especially in a gi, let me tell you right now. Yeah. It's sometimes very slow, and I love BJJ. No one wants to sit there and watch two guys not move for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
And they went out there, regardless if it was a little bit too goofy at points, maybe for some people. I really loved it.
And it's good for the sport, right? It gives it a brighter side.
Yeah, yes. A brighter side. I like the way you put that. Let's go into what's coming up this year. Right now, coming up on the January, I believe it's the 13th. Is that the Saturday, my friend? Or Sunday?
The what?
13th. January 13th. It's a Sunday. Live in Brazil. It's an event called the Copa Podio.
Oh, yeah.
It's a heavyweight Grand Prix. So the people competing in this is Alexandre de Souza, Alexandro Ciconio,
Braga Neto,
Bruno Bastos,
Keenan Cornelius,
João Gabriel Rocha,
Leo Nogueira,
Lucio Rodriguez,
Leonardo,
yeah,
Rodolfo Vieira,
and Zande Ribeiro.
Ooh.
Now, let me tell you how this works, man. These are huge people, and they're all in the same tournament. They have to go like a round-robin format there.
Yeah.
And they all face each other. Let's just cover two matches that I find really interesting. First of all, Leo Nogueira beat Zande Ribeiro last year, and so did Rodolfo Vieira. They're going to all fight each other again. But the shocker is that, I don't know if anyone noticed this, but
those are all...
Keenan Cornelius is in this tournament, a brown belt.
Yeah.
Not only is a brown belt, I don't know... He is not a heavyweight, but he's moving up to heavyweight. Like, he is now. But, like, he's never been a heavyweight before coming up to this event. I mean, he might have did it before, but, like, all last times I checked, he was not at heavyweight.
Dude, just Rodolfo, Shunji, and Bruno Bastos are monsters.
I know.
Like,
so how do you... Let's go start off with him versus... I know they're fighting. So him versus Rodolfo Vieira. I know for sure this fight's going to happen in the round robin.
Who's?
We're talking about Keenan Cornelius.
Versus Rodolfo?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Be honest, you could say you're going to get smashed if you think he's going to get smashed.
I think Keenan... Man... I'm going to say Rodolfo, just because it's Rodolfo.
I mean...
But...
I mean, you saw it, like...
I've seen Cornelius smash dudes, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, like...
Could this be the 2013 breakout story right away? Like, right off the get-go, this happening? You don't know, eh? That was a long ponder. Alright, if you can't guess for that, I don't even want to say... You know what? I'm not even going to lie. Right now, I'm rooting for Keenan hard.
I'm saying 50-50, man. Like,
he has nothing to lose.
I'm saying, yeah, it's true. Like, Rodolfo does, right?
Yeah, Keenan has nothing to lose this whole tournament. He goes out and loses, like, everyone's like, I knew he was going to get smashed. He's a brown belt, and he's not that good, blah, blah, blah. But if he goes out and wins, it's like, fuck everyone. He just did it. But, you know, regardless, I mean, this is such a good learning experience. Especially coming off that Kumite.
Yeah.
We had 22 matches. Lord knows what his record was after, but right now, from what I see, he didn't lose one. So
Yeah, but are they all Rodolfo's
no. Okay, moving on from Rodolfo, but Zonde Ribbit,
versus?
Keenan.
I think Keenan might be able to pull off something, but Shunji, I mean, he's a beast. Like,
Yeah, like he has more world champions at black belt than most people.
Yeah, that he's
ever.
fought. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Shunji.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Shunji's gonna win.
There's people probably out there right now scratching their heads or questioning why we're even talking about that. Like like he has a chance.
He has a chance. Keenan's got.
I asked this on Twitter, and I got a cool response, which was like, if people are sleeping on him, he'll beat anyone there. But the person said, I don't think anyone's sleeping on Keenan.
They better not.
and at this same, by the way, this is available on pay-per-view. It is $21 US to watch it.
Also,
it'll be like 1:30 or something US time or something, New York time, Eastern. So it's a good time to watch it.
One thing though, I got a question: if he's going up, what is super heavyweight?
Oh, it's heavyweight-ish.
Or heavyweight? I wonder how that's going to affect his body.
Yeah, like will he keep his flexibility and stuff?
Flexibility or his power compared to someone's like Rodolfo's or Bruno's.
Yeah, but for every and obviously I don't know his other matchups that I saw. I forget he's fighting one more guy in the round robin that I can't remember right now. It's too bad, but I know for sure. I think he's fighting those two out of the 3 or 4 fights he has. And anyway, either way, that whole group is split into 2 teams, and the round robin happens. And man. I don't know, man. It's too bananas. At the same tournament, they have one of the coolest things ever. They have a battle of the couples. So Augusto Tiquinho Mendez and his girlfriend, Mackenzie Dern, will be fighting Leandro Lowe and his girlfriend, Luisa Montero. What do you think of that?
Isn't Mackenzie Dern
She's
newly
crowned black belt, yes.
Augusta
fresh. Mendez. What do you think of something like this as a attraction to a show?
That's cool. It's like,
from what I heard, I think what happens is there's a fight going on.
Yeah.
And then whatever the time limit is, when it ends, let's say I'm winning 4-2 against you, they come in and start. It's still 4-2 for that team.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So if one person gets a good enough lead, the other person can just hang out and stall and type of thing.
But what's a submission?
Yeah, I don't know how they'll figure that out, but maybe they'll give a...
Well, I'm just going to go off the record and say the Taquino.
The best thing ever, I don't know if you realize, but you said, I'm just going to go off the record. When you're live on air, there's no off the record here. That's going to stick around forever somehow. And of course, he's got another fight. Leandro Lowe, he won this special fight last year, so he's in the end against Felipe Pena. That's a cool match, man. So, I mean, I don't even know who's got that. I'm going to go with Leandro Lowe just because I know him more than the person he's fighting, and, I always see him do big things. Also, first huge tournament for IBJJF kicking off, also, which is the first leg of, if you want to become a Grand Slam champion, like the man Chimi Harbison did it at brown belt, and then Keenan did it at purple belt, but he also did it with the double Grand Slam, which he won them all, and then absolute, which is ridiculous. But January 24th to 27th is the Europeans, which is in Portugal again, and that pretty much sets the bar for the first part of becoming a well-known name in the sport. One thing I don't think a lot of people take into consideration is all these other IBJJF tournaments that are ran in America, or even other places. It's usually familiar faces at black belt. You get to know who's showing up and who's capable of what. You get to build a bit of a name in North America. You show up here, you got people from Italy, Switzerland, Norway, the UK, Ireland, and all these places that you've never seen this guy compete ever. There's no videos of him. It's a big risk for a lot of people to come over here and compete. I think when you have no footage of anyone.
Yeah.
So you just show up to this tournament, bam, you're fighting this guy from, a Gracie Baja in somewhere part of Europe. And yeah. But every other tournament they go to, they know this guy does this.
And you prepare, yeah.
Yeah, they know exactly when they fight. They've already fought 5 times that year or over their lifetime at every belt coming up.
Yeah.
And you got this guy, crisp, don't know shit about him.
Yeah.
So I think the Europeans, that plays a cool factor into going to Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. Coming up also some big tournaments locally around our area. If you guys live around Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, January 26th, the first Montreal Grappling Grand Prix is back on for
Pans Edition.
grappling company. And, I think I might go compete in that. Also, March 16th, which is going to be the UFC weekend in Ottawa, GSP versus Nick Diaz.
What?
Yeah.
It's in Ottawa?
No, I apologize. It's in Montreal.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I was just thinking in my head as I said it. UFC weekend, obviously it's in Montreal. GSP, Nick Diaz, March 16th.
Okay.
That's when Fights for Charity 2 the event will happen. It's going to be at the same venue, which is the Holiday Inn, Montreal Midtown. It's going to be in a bigger room. Last time they had less space, but it was so bumping and packed. We just put out a video on BJJ Addict YouTube, so check that out. It's really cool. Little highlight of what happened last year. Of course, Ryan Hall was a ref out there, and Seb Smith, one of his students, was competing. Great black belt. Jimmy Tad, a former guest on our show, was competing, and the first match announced for their thing so far. I don't think it's the main event, but Olivier Aubin, who's been creating a lot of buzz in MMA and grappling, he's fighting Lee Villeneuve, a BTT brown belt. I don't know if he got his black belt recently or something, but those two are fighting in the event so far. The first fight, I'm sure there'll be about 7 or 8 more, maybe even 9 more announced. So it's a really cool event, man. That's popping off, like I said, in March. So January and March, in February, I didn't put anything down for this, but February's got some great events coming up too. These are things I look forward to in 2013 coming up as far as tournaments go. I don't personally believe in New Year's resolutions. I'm kind of like, that's my segue into this topic, but I'm more in setting goals. Now I've set a certain goal to hit by, I got, 18 more days to hit it. I don't know how I'll do on that, but I want to lose an X amount of weight that I put on over the holidays. Like I'm sure most people have some excess weight. That was a goal I set. It was not a New Year's resolution. There's a difference. Goals, you don't give up until you attain it. You know what I mean? I don't give up on a goal. It's a different mindset. A resolution, I know 12 people that said they would quit smoking.
It's kind of more like
haven't done it.
It's kind of more of like a wish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this year I will never drink more than, 2 beers at a bar. And, you're drunk again, sir. It's just ridiculous. So I don't set resolutions.
Usually goals last longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you got little stepping stones. Like each week I gotta lose like 3 pounds, something to get it done. So as far as you, have you set any goals or thought of anything that you'd like to accomplish in 2013?
Yeah.
All right. Would you share it with us?
Yeah. I want to compete as much as I can, jiu-jitsu-wise. Last year, this time, I was actually promoted to blue belt.
Yeah.
So, I haven't been competing as much. I think I only competed once. But, I want to compete at least, once every month. And on top of that, I want to get in MMA and just start fighting. I'm not getting any younger. And
do you want to do a fight by 2013, you're saying?
Oh, yeah. By April.
Wow.
So.
That's serious, bro.
Yeah, and, man, just being more organized with training.
Yeah.
As opposed to being scattered.
Yeah.
Like here. I'm going to write down, okay, I need to do wrestling today.
Yeah. I think that will help, too, because, sometimes you put in a long day to make up for the time that you can't make it there. But, you never know. Maybe coming 3 times instead of doing 1 long day is better sometimes.
And also, do more strength and conditioning. I don't know like my roommate was telling me, like apparently, or what's that workout? It's like a different kind of workout. CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit. Yeah.
CrossFit.
Yeah, that's right.
And check it out. See how that goes for like a month.
CrossFit, yeah, it's a lot. That's just like strength and conditioning, sports conditioning type drills. You know, sometimes you're not working just strength or power. Sometimes you're really working little specifics for your, you know, eye hand or fast twitch or balance, agility. There's a lot of cool things that get involved with that. So,
because I don't know about you, like, well, you know me, like I hate working out. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you went on a kick for a while, and I noticed a difference in you.
Yeah.
And you stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on that. My friend, he actually gave me his bench and stuff.
Yeah.
So I work out a little bit at home.
Cool.
Yeah, so just getting me prepared to actually start working out again. And I'd rather do jiu-jitsu and do wrestling and stuff like that than work out. But I think, you know, you got to do things that you don't want to do to, you know, to improve. And,
that's well put.
And, you know, just like vegetables, it tastes like crap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's something I've been following since, you know, way before New Year's, is to have a healthy diet.
Yeah.
You know, and also something, if you don't know what's in the food you're eating, don't eat it.
Yeah, I saw a funny, I was speaking with my sister today, and she mentioned something really funny about, like, eating clean or eating, you know. She said, you know, I think she read it somewhere, but it's like, you want to know how to eat clean? Don't eat anything you see advertised on TV.
Yeah.
After I had a good laugh, because I think back, you know, and, like, you know, I can't remember the last time I saw a commercial for Apple, you know, like, you don't. Yeah. So, you know, it's always a fast food joint or some chain restaurant with some shitty food. So yeah. I think that's
your diet's key to everything, right? Before you even pick up a weight.
You know, like, Admar Barbosa, he has a new little documentary out by Sub Apparel. It's an hour. It's pretty cool. A lot of it is him just eating like shit and drinking Coca-Cola, which he's an addict to. I love Admar. The pleasure of obviously meeting him. He belted me, so you know, I feel like you almost know the guy, but you know, it was a cool little insight to how he is, and he personally says it's all bullshit. It's just genetics, he says. He says he feels great. He drinks 5-6 liters of Coke a day. No water. Ever. First thing he puts in his mouth when he wakes up is Coca-Cola. If he wakes up from a dead sleep, it's Coca-Cola. All day he trains Coca-Cola.
That's disgusting.
He takes no water breaks when he trains, even if it's like hours straight.
Well, then again, Kyotera, right?
So you hear he eats a lot of candy.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, genetics.
All he eats is McDonald's and crap like that.
Yeah, but would you want to be eating, like, you know, Kentucky Fried Chicken and then go grapple at the Worlds?
No, but if it didn't affect you and you didn't get fat. Like, if you look at him, he's ripped as shit. How is that possible? It's genetics. That's what he's saying. But I wish, yeah, of course, man. I don't eat, there's a place called Frito-Mania, guys, if you around the Orleans, Eastern Ottawa area. It's great damn poutine. You're telling me you wouldn't love to be able to eat that every single day if you didn't gain a pound?
We got some Americans, and I don't know what our viewers are like, but poutine is pretty much French fries.
That's deep fried
French fries, a little bit of salt, some pepper, gravy, lots of it, and some melted cheese.
Well, cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
And then you put gravy on top so it melts on the fries.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. So you're telling me right now, if you could eat that 365 days a year, you wouldn't? And drink a bunch of pop?
Well,
if you could drink Dr. Pepper all day and not feel bad, you wouldn't like it?
If it wasn't going to do anything to me?
That's what I'm saying.
Probably, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do it, man. My eating habits affect my feelings.
We are not sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
If I was, I'd go back to pop right now. You know, it affects my mood. It affects the way I feel. It affects the way I act during the day. So eating clean to me is a whole everything.
Sometimes it's easier to handle life with a bucket of ice cream as opposed to, you know,
a bucket of lettuce.
Bucket of yeah, exactly.
Ice cream. Now you just named another thing.
I'm so sad. Give me the celery stick.
Yeah. So there's some changes that I've made recently to be able to obtain my goal, and One of them was I cut the pop right out, my friend.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Except now with like I don't know about you. We were talking. I stopped drinking energy drinks.
It's very hard. Me too. It's hard, eh?
For the first 4 days, my body, like 3 or 4 days, my body was like every ounce of my body wanted to just walk into a gas station and pick up like a shitload. But I was like, this is good for me.
Yeah.
I can't. And like I used to rely on my energy being supplied by energy drinks.
Yeah.
But I'd feel so unhealthy, like, and my energy would, obviously crash.
Yeah.
And after the 4th, 5th day, my body, like I felt more energized just because of excess sugars and stuff.
Yeah.
Just I wasn't relying on that.
Yeah, me too. I cut out the energy drink, cut out the pop right now. I try to stop eating after a certain time. And so far, so good. But, it's if I'm really craving a pop, I'll pick up like a sparkling water, and that will be my treat. It's, just some bubbly water. And, it feels great right now, but...
it's not the greatest feeling.
No. But it's easy for the first week or two. You're all gung-ho and shit. But after about a couple of weeks, you start thinking like... Oh,
I can't break it.
You can. But sometimes, I'll just have one now. I've been so good. But I don't know about you. If I crack open one pop, man, I want a liter. I don't want just a little 200 milliliter can or 355. I want a damn liter of Dr. Pepper, which we're not sponsored by.
Yeah. we were together at one point when I was like,
whoa, pause.
Yeah.
No, go on.
And I remember like I was eating vegetables, drinking like kale mixed shit. It was disgusting.
Kale mixed shit.
And we were healthy.
Yeah, we were healthy.
And I remember like I didn't eat meat. It was only like fish and vegetables and stuff. Yeah, it was like 3 weeks, I think. And I remember I broke my diet. I was like, fuck, I'm going to get a steak.
Yeah.
I got a steak. I ate not even a third of it. And, my body rejected it.
Yeah.
At that point, I knew my body was like where it should be.
Yeah.
But it just, after that, it just kept breaking my diet.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's certain things I'll eat regardless, even though I know, like, I'm going to pay for it, stomach ache-wise, just because I fucking want it.
Yeah.
I just need... I don't need it. I really want it, I should say. But... that's a goal I set, and that's a goal I'm going to hit. I'm going to hit that weight that I want to get at, that I want to compete at consistently. And it's not about me cutting weight to make a tournament no more. Yeah. It'll be the same as I'm doing now, just at a lighter weight. That'll be my natural weight from now on. I'm sick of... I don't know if you know IBJJ have weight classes, but there's always like almost a 14-pound difference or something.
Yeah.
So you got your 126.5 or 127 rooster weight, and then you have your, what is the next one, like light feather, say, or something. But it's 141.
Yeah.
Then the one after that is 154.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're sitting at naturally and by the way, when you do an IBJJF tournament, you weigh in right before walking to your match.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can't cut.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I've always been stuck at a certain weight where it's like, I know a lot of people are in this dilemma. Let's say my weight's 149. Do I somehow drop 8 pounds and compete at 8 pound weighing with a gi, by the way?
Yeah.
So that means 137 I have to make it to. So you're 149, you have to make it to 137.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Or do you compete at 154.5 naturally and feel very small or mentally feel weaker? In your head, 154 sounds huge to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not even 154 right now.
Yeah, so, to compete at that weight, it's not natural for me. I know people heard me say that before, maybe even on the show, but, I wasn't comfortable competing at that weight. So this year, that's my goal, to compete at a lighter weight and see if the results do make a difference.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to make excuses, which is easy to do. Oh, I didn't win because of this weight. Maybe I didn't win because my technique was not sharp. I'm
trying to figure out, like, you bring a point with the weight, but I felt strong at 160. Like I could keep up with any weight category.
Yeah.
But when I started dropping down to like 150, I don't have the edge.
Yeah.
But at 160, I didn't have the stamina, but I had the strength. At 150, I have the stamina, but without the strength.
And you're saying right now, you said are you under 150 right now?
I'm like hovering at like 150.
Wow.
So I'm trying to, if I cut down to 145, like I haven't seen 135 since my ex-girlfriend, but
and that's where those ice cream nights come in.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know if I'd be able to handle 135.
Yeah, but under 150 with adding some strength and conditioning, bam, you got your strength back on, and it will even improve your already better stamina.
How big is Corbina?
When I look at him on the TV screen or computer screen, just judging by muscle tone, he looks huge.
He looks like an alpha gorilla now.
Yeah. But if you look at, let's just look at, that's their natural weight probably, right? Because you can't cut and compete in IBJJF. That's what I mostly see them on, big tournaments, is you look at these people's bodies and they're ready to go 24/7. They look like a UFC fighter at the weigh-ins on weight cut day. Yeah. All day.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
They're ridiculous. So
I've never, people the ladies that are fans of MMA are blessed. It's the only sport, everyone's wearing damn short shorts. It's the only sport where all the guys, you get to see what they look like, and not one person is pretty fat except for Mark Hunt. Big country Roy Nelson. These are like the most worst bodies in all of MMA. I know this is weird, me talking about male bodies, but I'm saying our sport is the most physically demanding, all tied into the kickboxing and the MMA and the BJJ. That's what I'm going with. Physically, you must stay in battle shape.
Oh, yeah.
Almost season round. You got to be ready to go.
There's no playing around, man.
This holiday, I am paying for it right now in every way. I actually puked after training yesterday during the day. I did a double yesterday. My first training session, I puked, which I haven't done I can't even remember the last time. That's how out of shape I got. Like, I really let it go.
Really?
I puked. I drank water too quick, and I was exhausted. That exhausting feeling? And,
I remember I trained up. I was surprised, actually. But I was still dieting before I got to Toronto. I spent time at a club.
Okay, pause. You went to Toronto over the holidays?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah, I was dieting. Like, I was still following, my diet.
Yeah.
I decided to break my diet for a bit.
Yeah.
Drank what drinks a lot?
A fish.
No, like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And man, and then I rolled. I remember I woke up at 12 o'clock. It's funny how time flies when you wake up at noon.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
And I decided, went to my uncle's gym, trained with one of the jiu-jitsu guys. And man, I was like, diet is important. Diet is very important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
And going to train drunk is not the best idea.
Yeah.
How does that feel? I don't know, so.
You feel lethargic. Feel like you might, pass out.
Yeah. But
then it goes away. Because, your body, gets back into rhythm.
Yeah.
But warming up is rough. It's kind of like starting your car in the cold.
Oh, well put. I like that. So, 2013, my friend, is here.
By the way, I have no idea where I was going with that story. So.
It doesn't matter. I enjoyed it. The point we were talking about, staying clean and staying in battle mode 24/7, 365. That was not getting drunk. It messes you up.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. I understood. They all followed. They're clever people out here.
Yeah.
In internet land.
There you go.
So I want everyone to please follow our Twitter accounts at RealDWC, at Subtext MEG, that's Subtext Meg. If you, that's what it's supposed to be, Subtext Management. But
what's EG?
MEG.
Yeah. What's the MEG?
Management.
Isn't it MA?
Group. It's weird. So at JeroLP,
Yes.
at FightFans Radio, at BJJ Addict Radio, the BJJ Addict. So these are all our Twitter accounts. I want you guys to go subscribe to our YouTubes, FightFans Radio, BJJ Addict TV, BJJ Addict Radio, and of course our Facebooks, BJJ Addict TV, FightFans Radio, and of course BJJ Addict Radio. I know I keep saying the same three things, but this is all for our social medias. I mean, we're on Instagram.
MySpace. I swear I have MySpace, but I have never used it.
Yeah. Hit me up. I'll chat with you guys on MSN Messenger or IGN or whatever the thing was called.
What else? We all make it if you follow us, but, talk to us,
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
Give me your email. I'll send you a Telegram email card.
Friend me on Facebook if, Jerowell, look me up.
Nice. If you guys go to our YouTube channel, BJJ Radio, which I plugged again, on the right there will be a bunch of links, 10 to 12. That's all our social media outlets. So you can find us all there. I personally do not have Facebook. I'm really old school, so send a pigeon with a little scroll to friend me. Send a friend request, real lifestyle, with a pigeon carrying a scroll. That's my wish.
Mine's a Telegram. You say Telegram already?
Yeah, I said Telegram already.
Me to it.
I did. And that's about it. Everyone, coming up this after this episode, we will be back to interviewing full guests. Me and Jer haven't had an episode to ourselves for a very long time. We only had 2 last year alone. And we want to kick off the season and be selfish for once and hold it down our own. And the next 3 weeks, we'll have guests, and we'll continue on from there. We'll have some returning guests.
Yes. Should we release it now?
No, let's keep it a surprise.
Yeah?
It's one of Jared's favorite people. Talks about numerous times. So if you listen to the show, you probably already know who it is. He loves this dude. So
this is an Easter egg for you fans out there.
And we'll have new guests on, which I'm excited about.
Yes.
So you already set this in stone? Because I'll tell who's on next week.
Which one?
You set it up in stone?
Yeah.
All right, say who's on next week then.
Next week is my man Marcos Terragrosa.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the week after.
Oh, the week after is my other man.
You guys don't listen or know Jerry. He's got a lot of men.
Love my man.
Yeah.
Is very, very, what's his name? Brandon.
I do know his name.
Yeah?
Go. I was gonna say.
It's my man, Brandon Quick.
And I believe he just has a DVD released right now as we speak, or is coming soon with leg locks.
Yeah.
He's known for leg locks.
Yeah, he's very good.
This is his second DVD. So, even if you're not as big as a figure or name in the sport, I think once you release a DVD and it's being sold on BudoVideos.com, I want 25 cents for plugging that, Budo Jake. Send it over. People know you that much more than anyone else because you're available to be seen and see what's going on. So, like we said, Marcos Terragrosa Yamaso.
Oh.
The man who says criminal.
Is criminal.
The man who
is a
world champion.
Exactly.
And, also came second at the Masters and Seniors Worlds this year, too, against the comeback of
Leo.
Of Shaolin. So, that was a great match, by the way. I don't even know if he lost, but the judges saw it otherwise. But either way, we'll talk to him about all that, because we missed out on that since we talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And what's coming up for him on the new year. And, what it means to be a part of America's #1 team.
TLI.
And then after, we'll have a brand new guest, obviously, like we said, a week later, Brandon Quick.
So you better be quick about...
Corny. I love it. And that's it for today's episode. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week.
Hugs and kisses.
And hang tight, dudes.
Hang tight.
Dudes.
Keeping that till 2015, baby.